Hey everybody, what's up everyone? Solo tonight. Tony's under the weather. Send him some vibes or prayers or whatever you deal with. You know what I mean? But I'm here and I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing tonight. But you know, I know it's only Wednesday, but we'll figure it out. Cutthroat's here. What's up, buddy? Mother Slug is here. Wolverines. Long stream. Silly Geese. Wolverine still applies. I say. There's Kane rumbling into the stream. Thank you, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Commander Wolf. What's good, y'all? What up, dude? Dan Olton. What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Abso-friggin-lutely. Greg's in the house. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're feeling better. If you're watching Tony, absolutely, my man, some positive vibes. This week I've been working a lot on the little dio that we at the Customizers Collective are working on. Each one of us doing a little dio. And I've never done a dio before, so you know, naturally the thing I do is just dive all the way in and just, you know, no training wheels, just get the bike rolling down the hill. And, you know, if I got to bail, I got to bail. So it's been a crash course, which is, you know, honestly, it's the best way to learn because you get some scars. Cliff's in the house. What up, buddy? Rumbles in the stream with his walker. Ooh, yeah, okay. Tony's Figs. What up, my brother? What up? Going Bonnie. Speaking of Customized Collective, that's another man that's making his. Yeah, I'm struggling too, dude. I'm out of my fucking depth. I'll here in a minute, I'll show you what I got going on, and you know, I think I'm just gonna push through it. If it comes out looking like crap, then I'll know for next time. I don't know. Whatever. Not worried about it. It's all about the experience, right? The experience. And then trying something else. Maybe something that's not, you know, a level 9. That would be cool. Fuck it. Just go off. Let's just take a look at this absolute disaster my desk is right now. That's the one. Show me the money. Yeah. Okay. All right. First off, I haven't shown this off yet. I got the Secret Wars Iceman, and I was going to cancel it because I saw it and I was like, man, that's kind of just shitty. It's kind of plain. But I didn't, and I decided to try to church him up. So first thing I did was give him a blue wash because, you know, the one that I think of is the that original Toy Biz one where you could freeze him into the little slide. And so that was kind of what my inspiration was. So I did a wash of this contrast Pilar Glacier from Citadel. Washed that all on him, and you can kind of see in the video and in the camera there, he's got kind of a blue. He looks better in person. He's got a little better blue. It really does match the tone of the original. And then I took plastic putty and just blotted it, and then blotted it on so it's got some texture, you know, like an ice buildup, right? Did it on his head, and then I dry brushed white on everything. So, you know, I did his extra head. Let me see. Let me zoom in. Maybe show it a little better. All right. So there you can kind of see some the buildup. Then I did a wash and dry brush on the base, and then on the ice effects. And I really hated these have like a clip. You're supposed to clip to the wrist. And then I assumed I don't know how they intended to do it. So I said, fuck that. And I dremeled them out so they fit over the fists, which I think is much better. Honestly, I think so. He's got the friendly face. So I just kind of tried some different stuff. Kind of gave him an ice beard. Nothing crazy. But I painted I gave him some trunks and a white belt with the blue X, and I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, my favorite version is still Age of Apocalypse. You know, once was it Emma that unlocked his powers, where he got the spikes and everything like that. Like when he became I think he became an Omega level mutant, if I'm not mistaken. But that's still my favorite. But this one's got the nostalgia for me. So, oh shit, sorry guys, stuff happening over here. Dan Olton, I'm sure your dial will be fine. It's good to stretch some new muscles every once in a while. I totally agree. Totally agree. Now, stew for lunch. Well, hello to the gander and all the fine folks at the park. Anybody got some breadcrumbs? Honk, honk. You know what I mean? Well, the slug became a new member. I appreciate that, my man. Did I load any of the new assets? Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah.
Will the congregation please rise?
Okay, it's technically a member chat, but thank you, man. I appreciate you. This guy. JB, what up, sir? Commander Wolf just started a custom Panther using the Chronicles Battle Cat. No clue what I'm doing, but it's looking pretty good so far. You know, I got to practice what I preach, man. Sometimes you just jump into it. You figure it out, or you'll learn a lesson either way. So good on you. Good. I mean, they're on clearance. That's the best thing to test it on, right? That's right. That's right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Iceman, probably most powerful X-Man character. Yeah. There's some beasts on there, but yeah, he is insanely powerful. And I think it was Emma that unlocked it, Emma Frost, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, members chat. 1 year, oh my. Here is a virtual gold carnation clock made of paper for you. Huzzah!
Budweiser presents Real Men of Genius. Real Men of Genius.
Here's looking at you, stew for lunch. I got a cream slush. I really treated myself today. Not the smartest move, but it's pretty tasty. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Great on that Iceman. The blue looks pretty good on camera. It looks, now that I've zoomed in, you can see it pretty good. it's subtle, but man, like they didn't do like a frost or like anything on that figure. It's so plain. Like I said, it's always been an Omega Levy Human. Most people didn't know that. Like I said, I don't think he knew that. Oh, Stu. Learn from mistakes. It's Bob Ross use happy little accidents, and that is still a principle I hold dear to my heart, near and dear, actually. Mike, just walking. I'm funny. How? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you. I make you laugh. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate it. That's nice.
You spot me, Tim.
More money, more money, more money.
I like money, though.
I do like money, though. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Betty Benich. The X Factor. Yeah. Actually sent his powers out of control. Before White Queen, he had to wear that power dampening belt. Aha! Tandem. It was group. Oh, so yeah, I did this while I was walking around on Saturday. You know, went ahead and opened it up. You know, played with my dollies, as you do, right? I like he's got the little snowball. It's a cute accessory. Hey, what up, Willie Springer? What's going on, Mikey? How you doing tonight, my brother? I am doing just fine. Just dandy. Thank you for being here, man. Like I said, Tony's feeling under the weather, so just me, and that's okay. That's all right. Every once in a while, you got to go it alone. Yeah. In my head, it's just a White Snake soundtrack, but it's okay. Yeah, so I got some products that I'm trying out on this very, very new adventure. So I'll show you what I got here. So like my goal, I'll show you my doodle. Wow, you really can't see any of that. Okay, there you go. All right, so my goal was kind of a Vietnam foxhole situation. So kind of in a something that's been, you know, entrenched, but it's got like a little cover on it. And then I shortened it and altered it a little bit. But so I needed a base. So this is my base. This is some wood glue and black sand. So it's like a really gritty texture. Don't know if I would do that again. I don't know. It's okay, I guess. But I did a lot of texture and I lost it all doing that. So, you know, it is what it is. And then, so then this would kind of sit like this. This would be the ground, right? They've dug out. And then it would have wood along here, you know, kind of like a trench, but I wanted it to be more Vietnam, not World War II. But I went to Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago, and they had their balsa wood on clearance for half off because I guess they're not carrying this anymore. So I took one of these, cut it into four-inch sections, and then split it into planks. So I got a bunch of planks, and so the planks will kind of fit in like this, right now. This one's short because it was the end piece, so never mind that, right? But so these will be kind of like this, and then I'll take probably these sticks of balsa and run posts. You can't see that. Run posts, and so there'll be like 3 panels here and a short panels here. That's kind of my thought. I've also got some some better sticks here. These are square cut dowel rods, Amazon. So these might be my post just to add a little more rigidity to that system. And then I built. Hold on. Apologies. There was a reptile in my throat or whatever they say. So then I built this. So this will go into these, which I have not fit this since I did the black sand thing. So maybe some tolerance issues. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm sure that was some really nice ASMR there. So let me just bring this back. Okay. So here you can see a slanted angled roof. All of these are held together with small dowel sticks that I use from these sanding pieces, since I don't use them for anything else. I don't like them. So yeah. So these are like 1/2-inch frame, and the top is like 3/8. You know what I mean? And then at Hobby Lobby, I also found they have from the Paper Studio this corrugated. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be the roof. Okay. So I cut this piece out. I sprayed it so I can weather it like steel. But then that's going to go on like that. And then more ASMR. And then what I'll probably do is take some of this thatch and cover it like that, so there can be some camo, and then I can run some paint in that. And, but yeah, so there'd be like a corrugated steel or tin roof, and then put some of that on top. I've got some different stuff. This is like tall grass for dioramas, but that's kind of what I got going on there. And then the front of this looks all fucked up because I sprayed it with a brake cleaner to give it a texture. I sanded it down and used a rasp to cut it and shave it and all that, and then sprayed it. So like I said, to get a texture on it. So brake parts cleaner kind of works like acid on foam, if you did not know that, which kind of hurt me. This would be the back of the display, so this really doesn't matter. This top matters, the sides matter. But I wasn't too worried about this. And like I said, I wanted to try something different, something I've never seen somebody do, at least in our space. So, and now I can cover this with glue and put some terrain on it, like that. But I'll probably use some filler, kind of fill in some of the cracks and then do that. But this is essentially what we're working with. And then, like I said, this would be the front of the diorama. So I want this to kind of be dirt, mud. Like I put kind of a indentation here. You can't see it, but there's a good indentation there, and then build up around it. So it looks like, maybe something hit there. Big puddle was there. But once I get all this done, then we can add some sandbags, around here. And you can have a couple of shooter positions, stuff like that. So, that's the idea. And, I got some stuff like this. These are little, bushes. So I could add some of those in here and there, stuff like that. And I did drill for magnets on everything. So this fits quite snug, which that's because of the glue and the sand I added, but it does have magnets in it. So I can put magnets in there, put magnets around there. It should lock in. I mean, fairly well. Like I said, I'll learn some lessons. There's stuff I already don't like, but you know, for my first, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Oh man, I gotta catch up. Iceman is stronger than most. No, as he can drop Earth's core temperature, killing everyone but himself. That's an Omega. That is an Omega mutant, that's for sure. Proud of you about the Fury Force. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Mike Dandy to the rescue. Mike Dandy to the rescue. Yeah, I got your reference too. Just pre-order Retro Lara Croft. Price sucked, but I pre-ordered one yesterday. I wasn't going to, but I saw them on Amazon and I was like, I really want it. So fuck it. I'll get it. Damn it. But I did. Never make anything perfect, as the world may look it. Nature happens, the better messed up. That is very true. Very true. Stew for lunch at the comic store earlier, pursuing the back issue, saw The Nam by Marvel. Anybody read those? I thought maybe you had. I haven't. I own a few issues. There's some really nice, very cool covers. So I do have some, but I don't think I've ever read any of the stories. Thank you, Cliff. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I usually stop at local grocery store and ask if they have any cardboard boxes. If I need the cardboard, the amount I get is insane. I work at a place that gets shipments daily. Cardboard is in no short supply, and like thick, like triple ply cardboard too. So it's, if I did really did dios, I would be in pretty good shape. What's serious? Andy Kubert's. There you go. Hot glue just melts foam board. Yeah, I didn't use hot glue. I used wood glue. I don't know if that's something people do, but it felt like the right choice for me. Plus, I knew I could mix, you know, if I wanted to mix the sand or the dirt into it and then apply it. I didn't. I just put on rubber gloves and just smeared it on. You know, caulking works best to keep foam board glue. Oh, interesting. Okay. Like a construction adhesive, maybe. Sandbags. Yeah, sandbags, Cliff. Sandbags. But, dude, the rest of us are just going to buy them. Cotswold Collectibles, $12 for 20, and they're filled with sand. I feel like a woman's breast, you know, when you grab it and it feels like a bag of sand. Mackie, that sounds, that Dan Olton, that diode looking pretty good so far. Thanks, man. Have not read the new Mask comic book. Mask doesn't do anything for me, admittedly. No childhood nostalgia and no adult interest. But I think it's cool they're putting everything together. I think that's a great idea for them, both for toys and comics alike. I think one thing I did do. I don't think I've ever heard Tony say anything. So I made these planks out of balsa wood, right? And balsa is super. Like you can nix it super soft wood. See what I mean? Put that. So what I did is I took a wire brush and score it. And then it leaves like a rustic wood rough texture. So when you put a little stain or here, maybe I can use this stuff. This is new. I've not used this either. This is a Vallejo Game Wash dipping formula. You literally just dip the miniature in here. Obviously, I'm not doing that. This is okay. Sealed for your protection. Well, thank you, Vallejo. That's very nice. I consider it. Oh, that's perfect with half of it. Jesus, almost knocked it over. Immediately almost fucked that up. Interesting. It's very thick. But you can kind of see some of the, you can see some of the texture. All that's from the wire brush because it's really soft. So get some balsa wood, muck that up on there and do a little dry brush on it. Look pretty good. Now, I had already planned on doing a stain of sorts. Years and years ago, my father taught me a technique for not really staining wood, but it does distress it and alter the color. So I don't know what you call it. It's a finish. What you do is you take white vinegar and you leave steel wool in it for a few days, and the vinegar will dissolve the steel wool. And it creates kind of a rusty metallic color. And then you can brush that onto wood, and it gives kind of almost like a barnwood finish, you know, like a sun bleached barnwood, how it has that kind of grayish brown color. It does that. So I've got some of that happening in the garage right now. And then I've got a tray of these planks lined out, and I'm just going to brush it on there. I'd already done the steel wool or the steel brush trick. So we're going to see how that turns out. I don't know. Like I said, it could turn out like crap, and then I'll know. Smudge, is this the stuff you were using, dude? It's corrosive texture stuff. I got some. I used it. It's pretty neat. Okay. Ketchup. Yeah, liquid nails. Foam board was first used by real modeling in the early 90s. We know foam. Yeah, okay, right on. I thought about getting, I didn't want to hook up the caulk gun. You know what I mean? They probably have it in this kind of container, but I did used to put the foam board together. I just used the DAP stuff, and it worked really well, and it didn't eat it at all, which is the danger with some glues. And obviously all aerosols will fuck it up. Okay, thank you. Thanks. Appreciate it, White Cheetah. Sometimes I use old paint water to help discolor. That would work too. Yeah, that would work too. Okay. All right. Smudge is in the house. I don't really want that toxic Cobra Viper pad. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks like a pretty nice. I'm curious what body, what torso they used. My thought was they would use Sci-Fi's. He's got a really good torso under that overlay, but I'm curious. I've done the steel wool vinegar trick myself. Definitely can make things look old and gray. Yeah, it works really well. If you don't want it to, if you want it to look like distressed old wood, it does a nice job, and it's so cheap. I mean, a jug of vinegar and some steel wool, not bad at all. Of course, you could use, Dad and I have actually left, rusted steel parts in containers of vinegar, and it will strip away all the rot. It'll take all the rust off. So if you were doing that, if you had that in the garage, you could just use some of that probably. I would strain it because there's going to be a lot of particulates. But that would be more rust colored, obviously. I'll tell you, if you ever do Breckwell's, the best method to fill in the grouts is using a concrete mix or model railroad chalk, then use dry club. That's interesting. Okay, yours is the army painter. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, you heard it. Caulk. Can you spray glue to put that sand down? Use hammer glue or grill glue. See, I thought about spray glue, but after hearing what aerosol does to foam, I didn't think that would be the best option, because that was where my mind went too, is if you just sprayed it and then you could just dust the soil or whatever you're using. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't mind being the guinea pig on this stuff. I will say the wood glue worked very well. It adhered to the top of the foam board really nicely. It's not flaking up or anything. And then, like I said, I use this black sand alternative imagination. There is a choking hazard on this black sand, but I would guess that's probably the same choking hazard all sand has. It was a pound of it. I used really not that much. But like I said, I don't know if I would use it again. Because it just feels like the top is, it feels like a skate deck. Like it just feels like grip tape, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing yet. It's probably fine. I do need to paint it. So I got some cheap apple barrel paint to paint the base coats. Wet coffee grounds. That is what I was going to do. I was going to brew some coffee to do this, essentially, to get some darkness into those low spots on the wood. But I don't drink coffee, so that means I'll have to like buy coffee, and I don't know if I'm in for it or if I just want to do something else. I may just put some dye in a cup and do it that way. Something innovative. Well, I like to mix it up, Use Mod Podge and sprinkle sand or whatever texture on top, and it dries rock solid. Mod Podge is a good. That's probably cheaper than wood glue. Yeah, it kind of looks like a roof shingle, but it does look fine for ground. Yeah, I think so. It looks okay. It would make a good wooden shingle, though. God, it's still so wet. You'd like put it in the oven. Put the liquid on it, put it in the oven. I don't know. I bought a bunch of stuff just to try it out. This is some blackish green soil, much softer than sand. And I was just gonna, just sift it out there. But I did the sand, and I was like, well, I probably don't want to layer those, so I did not. And then this is all kinds of grass that you essentially would flock onto the glue to get yourself some grass. So I don't know. Maybe I'll dabble. Maybe I'll dabble in that. I don't know. No. There are lots of options. But basically, I wanted to display for when I get my Fury Force. I wanted something to display them on, and that's what it was. Watered down white glue is what I used for gluing down sand on the mortar pit I made, then spray isopropyl alcohol, which helped the glue spread. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I guess I missed it. What's the issue at stake? No issue. Just the diorama I'm working on for our Customizers Collective. I'm just trying shit out since I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm just kind of trying shit. I like to look at some of those heads you showed me last week too. The ones I painted last week? Like the heads I painted for you? That's true. I've got them back there. We can look at those. I'll show them off. Sometimes using expanding spray insulation to make. I almost did that. But I had the thick foam. I had a neighbor that moved out, and they left. I don't know. They left like 8-foot strips of it, like 2 of them. It's like, I don't know. It's probably one 4x8 sheet ripped in half. And they just left them out there. And I was like, I'm not going to let that go to waste. I could probably use that. And if I can't, somebody probably could. So, I had that. So I didn't have to buy anything. So that's why I tried that out first. The 3D printed head should be coming to you soon. Oh, right on. Very good. Very good. Very good. No, the blank ones I had. The ones you were showing, not the painted ones. What were those? Were they just heads I had, like printed heads, or were they maybe? God, I don't remember at all. Or were they like dragoons heads? He's got a lot. I think I showed those a while ago, though. But I don't know. I'm spacing, pal. Speaking of dragoon, I got my wild bills came in, so I immediately made of course I haven't swapped the feed out, but immediately made like a 2000s Navy SEAL, because I love these, and the helicopter pilot suit and the the extreme BMX helmets. Well, this is what I think Lieutenant Torpedo should be. So yeah, kit bash that. It's pretty cool. Head Cannon became a YouTube member. Hell yeah. Big ass titties.
I swear by my pretty floor bonnet, I will.
Thank you.
Oh, what a lovely tea party.
Oh, yes, of course. I thought you meant him.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. What did you show last week? I like to see the kind of head I got. Oh my goodness. That's provocative. I'm going to have to look back and see what the hell I did last week. Apparently, I browned out. Yeah. Well, I'll figure it out. I suppose I'll figure it out. Yeah, let me see if I can recollect what the hell I did last week, because buddy, I sure as shit don't remember. Know that I am embarrassed about it though. Yeah, I'm looking to it. I would love to see what you would do with a primer figure or model railroad car. Honestly, that's what I would ask you to do. The first freight HOA rail car, making it look super real. I've never done anything with trains. I don't know, man. I don't know. My papa was into trains. I don't even think I have one of his trains. I know Dad has several trains, but I don't know if I took one. To be fair, he got the one I always thought was cool, so I gotta wait till he dies and take it in. Stupid. Another channel lost a member, so you gain one. Yeah! I mean, dang. Thanks, Mother Slug. Thanks, Ed Cannon. Willie Springer took Blackbeard's legs, heavy duty's upper torso, and they fit perfect once you pull the plug at the bottom. Huh. Interesting. Yo, jerk toy review. What's up, buddy? What up, man? Thanks for popping in here. You may want to look into doing model railroad custom railroad cars. I don't want another medium. This is plenty. You don't even know the inventory I have to do this. This 2-bedroom cannot support any more mediums. I know the railroad cars are small, but there's an organization that requires, and I don't have the space for it. For Bob Industry foam craft glue. Oh, right on. Jerk alert. Hell yeah, brother. I'm trying to find these other heads. All I see is snack cakes and painted ones. Oh man, that was brutal last week. The snack cakes really fucked me up the rest of the week. I took them to work and basically just left them on people's computer keyboards. They said they weren't happy, but they ate them all, so it was a win. Thank you guys for participating. Yeah, I'm sure. According to our AI overlords, you showed off Dylan and Method Man. But those were his painted ones, not blank ones. I don't really want any of them. The one I like the most is the Marine one. That one's the coolest one. But it belongs with you. I'll get it eventually. I'm not worried. I'm not sweating it. And in the suspension bridge, that one's always been cool. Anyway, thanks for popping in, Pop. Just need to have a good eye and airbrush to make them look awesome. Sure. No, I know where it's at. I know. Zakane, I'm like skipping through the last episode looking for some. I don't see any. Is it possible I've just woken from a coma? Oh. I'm still shocked Doritos took that. That was insane. Pretty sure Zakane rigged it, and that's what happened. What up, buddy? What up? Yes. Yeah, I remember Get Snacked. That was oofda. Oh. What up, sir? I was just talking about your stuff. See my kit bash I did with your barrel roll head. It's going to be my Lieutenant Torpedo, because I love that late 90s, early 2000s Navy SEAL get up. So hell yeah, man. It's a sweet combo. If you guys don't know, Dragoon's heads. Now he's got some nice soft goods, some nice plate carriers and vests and stuff. Now he's been working on malleable 3D prints, and they're really coming out really nice. So a little Dragoon and a little Top Fun. That's the combo, baby. That's the combo. Dang, I missed it. I showed you that shit. Yes, sir. I was people that don't understand you can't put in your vote before the poll is up. Sometimes we fuck up timing, dude. As long as you get the vote in, that's all that matters. It works well, man. Making MAGA right now. All right. Nice. What is this? 2308, you say? You son of a. That's your asset. All right, let's see here. 2308. Yeah, those are just heads for Willie though. He says I got some blank ones. Yeah. Got my Top Fun Stoner 63 machine gun. Just need to get a figure to put it with. Again, it's I mean, that's that Fury Force, man. I'm gonna get so fucking in the weeds on that damn line. I've got so many Vietnam characters I want to do. We'll do some Max Sog and some SEALs, and that Stoner was very popular. Patrick Strauko's in the house. What's up, buddy? Does he have any SWAT vests? Dragoon, I think that's for you. SWAT vests. You mean like early SWAT vests when it was just like the mesh? I mean, now they use plate carriers like everybody else. So. Dylan, you son of a bitch. Yeah, that's the one. She had 20 new heads this morning. You are a madman. 10 McAfee Sog heads. Yeah, I say you got some of the. I think I actually got one of them with the boonie hat that's pulled down. I like that one. It's really dope. Modern, bunch of new Joes. Yeah. If you guys aren't following Dragoon Customs on Instagram, do that because he's got all kinds of awesome stuff. As website, Jesus, Dragoon Ultimate Soldier, all kinds of stuff. Really an impressive selection of like Alice stuff, which if you're into the Nam stuff or Cold War military, then yeah, he's got Alice full like web gear. He's got pouches. He's got it all. So if you're wanting to do some of that Vietnam stuff, that's going to be a place you want to visit. Here a Force rouses again. How the Velcro pouch vest that would work for the SWAT stuff, for the earlier SWAT stuff. Stoner, yeah, he's got some nice. I love because he does the stoners, then he does so many variations. Really have to appreciate that. But I don't have that sort of non-armor vest. Okay. So it's the later stuff. All right. Well, in time. It's not like he's having trouble staying busy, folks. There was several as well. They're great. Ice Cream Soldiers and Interrogator really killed it. Ice Cream Soldier looked great. I really liked Interrogator. Yeah, Ice Cream Soldier's awesome. Which also, like, early 2000s became shock troopers, and those were even cooler. Excuse me. Right there, the boys of Canaan putting in some fucking work. Pulling together the parts to do a Johnny Lynch from Team 7 to go with my grifter. Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. Get one of my retro stalker figure. Oh, Stoner. Okay, right on. Springfield Syndrome. I have the Velcro plate carrier with the level 4 plates as well. Interesting. I did get a GI Joe in the mail today. I got Dawn from Amazon. I was not going to get this, but I did. I was on Amazon. I saw she was available. And I was like, oh, yeah, I was going to do a Munitia. She might be useful for Munitia. Who's one of the Plague Troopers. So I figured, why not? These swords are malleable, but they're not gummy. They snap back. That's nice. Improvements. Good job, Hasbro. We like improvements. I don't know what that was. Well, the hair is definitely more more malleable than the 3D printed one. Not quite as impressive, but man, I think if you did the same hair that 3D printed one, whew, boy, you wouldn't be able to move it anyway. What's this one? So it's a little smaller, and obviously the hair is more manageable. The shitty thing about this hair is once that head is on, there's no moving it. This one's got a good looking secondary head. See, you can turn her. Pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, Dawn's not a... What the fuck keeps falling? So... Yeah, right. Okay. That's fine. Like I said, she'll probably get used for munitia, and that'll be fine. I wonder if I still have munitions. Heed. Oh, jeez. I'm going to have to take some time and clean it over here. I got a real mess on my hands. Got a mess on my hands. Oh my goodness. Oh, Van Morrissey, $9.99. Thank you so much, my guy. Just here, wish I had just one. Is that a millionth? Oh my god. 1 millionth? Oh my god. Look, Van. All right. I've seen what you're doing with your house. You got talent. It's just a different talent, dude. You're talented. You got it. You got it, man. The display room looks amazing. You're tearing up concrete and putting it. Look, you got talent, guy. What you also have is my admiration. Thank you very much.
I'm hip.
Thank you, Van. Much appreciated, my man. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. What Vegeta? Different subject. What did you think of the Marvel Rival Punisher? Thinking about it, bashing it with Road Pig. For something like that, I could see it being useful. I was not interested in it. That's not my thing. I like the large proportions just don't fit with my stuff. But the figure itself looks great. You know, I am a Punisher guy, but that one just doesn't. Not calling to me. Not calling to me. I am really impressed with how hard Hasbro's gone with Punishers in the last just 3 or 4 years. The Rival Punisher, yeah. Why not print the hair separately or use a flexible resin? Because most guys don't have the capability to do soft prints. It takes a specific kind of resin mix. It's a lot of trial and error. So it's an effort and cost that most printers don't want to get into. The solid resins, you can get these out of a bottle. You pour it into your tray, you're good to go. With soft stuff, it's a lot different game. That would be a sweet way to go about it. Print the head, plug the soft goods in, or plug the soft malleable resin into it. But like I said, the guy that prints these did not design this. So it would take re-engineering or somebody designing it from the get-go meant to have be a two-piece. There's a lot to it. That would be the best, but there's like I said, a lot to it. As you see, listening on the ride home, I appreciate you, man. Look out for the deer. Sorry. Yes, Croc guy did as flex. Bob's on the ball. Pablito, what up, buddy? How are you? Thanks for popping in. What shows are you doing to finish out the year? For me, man, it's just assembly required. After the two summer shows, there's just not much else I can do. I wouldn't be opposed to hitting Titans, because I think that's a 5-hour or so drive for me. Maybe that's longer now. Maybe it's 5 or 6. Wouldn't be opposed to it, but I had definitely didn't budget for it. So it'll probably just be assembly required in Des Moines in November, which is like the following weekend for you guys at Legions and Toy Unity. That's my plan. Did you see videos of SEC? They're making Batman Absolute figures. Not sure who. I did see that, but Batman Absolute does not trip my trigger. Yeah, I don't care for the poor man's Batman. I already think he's impressive. Plus the design, I don't care for. He's like huge. I'm not into it. So far, no crazed hoofed mammals. Good. Mother Slow, do you just paint or do actual custom building? Most of what I do is just paint, assembly and paint. That's my bread and butter. And some days that's more than I can handle, to be honest. Yeah, she's all right. She's all right. Had a guy send me these this 3D printed torso. He's on Etsy. I cannot remember his name, but he does very boobalicious designs. Not all, but there seems to be a theme. So he may be a watcher. I honestly, I don't know. But this is it. Really nice quality assembly. Like this is the whole. Hold on. She's dressed like a real whore. Painter's tape is going to be Bader's tape. Okay. Here's what we're working with. So it's meant to like replace the Legends Black Widow, like the really nicely articulated one. So it's got like the lower ab crunch, top swivel. Like I don't know if he's like printing it all like this, but the mobility on it's really nice. Really nice piece. I don't know how much they are. I would guess a pretty good sum. But the guy wants me to do a Baroness. And I was like, yeah, right on. So I haven't taken it apart to use it, but I may do that in a second. The real downside is The shoulders are obviously part of this, but Baroness doesn't have shoulder joints because it's one of the earlier figures. The new figures do, but I don't know if they're going to be compatible with that. So give me 1 second. I'm going to step away and I'll be back. Uno momento, por favor. Okay, I'm back. He's thrown. Oh yeah. Sure. Okay, yeah, that would be cool. Gotcha. Sure. Yeah. Oof. I love seeing Mikey's work. You have such cool techniques and stuff you're doing in the customers doing is cool. Well, thank you, Stu. Thank you. The Wax Man. I did not order a pizza. It's way too late to eat. Especially pizza. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Gnat. Gnat. Time. Got time for Nat? All right. Let's see if the legs from Baroness will even go on this damn thing. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, honestly, I have my doubts, but maybe. So you see here, the challenge is going to be those hip balls. I don't know. Huge on this one. Baroness, pretty small. Most Marvel Legends are like that. Got these really big ones. They don't do drop hips like the classified figures do. I want to see if we can warm up the Baroness leg to go over the 3D printed. Okay, let's see. Okay, I mean, it's passable. It's not atrocious. Yeah, that's gonna change. Okay, let's see. Black Widow's hips do not lie. Okay, all right, we did it. We did it. Nope, not a problem. Not a problem. Okay. Okay. Legs may be doable. This may not be a total waste. Okay. Okay. All right. So legs can fit. It's not the greatest, but when you pull her holsters down around it, it does cover it up significantly. Huge butt. Okay. The other thing is the arms. So, like I said, the main challenge is that this Black Widow figure has double jointed elbows, which mean the for Hasbro, when Classified did that, then they started also giving them bicep swivel. Great for us as collectors, as customizers, just another small obstacle. So there's a couple of things we can do. We could cut the arm and cut the joint, like cut the shoulder out of it, drill a hole so that it would go on there. It would be a substantial amount of work. Another alternative, the Black Widow this is designed for, well, the new gray one is accessible. The original black one is not. I have one. That's my Psylocke figure, actually. But Jessica Drew here was a clearance figure who has double jointed elbows, black joints, and shoulder articulation. Whether or not that arm fits on that shoulder, I don't know. But this was a clearance figure. I don't mind cutting into this one and seeing if it would work. You know. I'm counting the days till I get my 3 12-inch Hasbro X-Men 97 Apocalypse figure. I've been waiting 30 years for this kind of figure. That's dope. That's dope.
There is no Dana, only Stu.
That's right. It's a long time. Oh, curious. So they're strict to separating classified body without breaking it. The head peg on the new body looks really big. Yes. Also, no. There's, as we know with classified, there's very little consistency. So they do all kinds of things. Baroness actually has a pretty good size socket of her own. Now, is it that big? I don't know. But it certainly looks with just a little bit of work, it could certainly fit. So not too worried about that. Like I said, sometimes they're small, sometimes they're not. More often on Marvel Legends, they're large. Now X-23 has a very small. Like I said, consistency, not a strong point for classified. But like I said, if I do, that's the other challenge. If I do this Jessica Drew Spider-Woman, oh, my nose itches. If I do this one, she loses all of the texture, the armor. She'll lose all of that. Which is kind of a shame because the legs have texture. There's texture on the back, there's texture on the inside, but that Black Widow doesn't have any texture. You know, obviously the chest armor, the shoulders, not a big deal. Obviously she's got her tits out, so you know that's acceptable. But will it look weird with just bare arms? Or I could try to shave these off and, you know, glue them onto the other arms. Like I said, I could try to cut these out and drill a hole so that they would pop on those. That is an option. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. What do you think? Maybe using girl. Well, combat character would work. The scales don't work so well together. They really don't. What are the other GI Joe females? Maybe there's a better option. Probably not, but there could be. Okay. Right. We got Helix. That's not going to work. What else? She's got the Scarlet body, same issues. Cover Girl, she's got shoulders, but she's just got coat arms. Bloodstorm doesn't have shoulders. She's got shoulders, but I don't know. I don't know if that would look all that great. What else? Elena's got shoulders, but it's kind of a baggy sleeve, which obviously does not fit what Baroness has going on there. In her tight suit. Okay. Movie Baroness, also no shoulders. Valkyries have shoulders. They've got texture. Got armor. That could be a good option there. That may be what we do right there. Chini said, I like the way you do it right there. Right there. And of course, something could always be purchased. Like I said, what was I saying? Somebody's drunk. Now, Black Widow, she's available. The gray one. She's at the comic shop right now for retail price. Very obtainable. I could get that, and I could paint it or dye it. And that would be the exact thing that it was meant to replace. Like it would work 100%. But I don't know. I think I'll ask the guy. Well, let's see if these arms even work. Let's see if it's a viable option. First and foremost. All right. If I'm gonna give the guy options, I better know what the fuck I'm talking about. That looks pretty comparable. Let's. Okay. That works pretty damn nice, actually. Yeah, this may be the ticket right here. I wish that retro Valkyrie was in black. That would have been super clutch, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I got a few of these. It's not a big deal. Oh, come on now. And the shoulders on this cat or this printed figure almost too good. Well, that looks pretty legit then. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that works, dude. Now let's see here. Okay. Warm up. Okay. I mean, that's pretty legit. It's pretty legit. Get you a close up. Yeah. Okay. So you got. Excuse me. I'm mostly recovered from the sickness, but there's still some phlegmbots in there. Man, I say that's pretty legit. I think I'll send old boy a picture of this and yeah, I'll just charge it for the Valkyrie. I'll have to do. But that works pretty legit, man. It's pretty sick. That'll work, I think. Let's get a photo. This. And oh. Dinged. Man, don't you hate when you forget a subscription's coming back? Dang it. Well, I guess that works. We got Disney back. I guess I'll be able to watch X-Men 97. Oh, she's also got heels. Oh man, those are tall, dude. Jeez. All right, let's see if those work. These I feel are not going to be as close. Could be wrong. Just a initial feeling in my belly. So these are going to be problematic. Okay. Yeah, those are problematic. Okay. Those almost seem like I'm gonna have to cut off the nips, nubs, whatever. If this doesn't work, then I'll. Are they symmetrical? No way. Right. Okay. Oh, man. Those are stripper heels. Holy shit. Jesus. How the hell is she supposed to stand? Wow. Those are intense. Okay. Well. Okay, send the picture to old boy and see what he thinks about that. Oh, geez, chat ran. Need a rogue savage island figure. No, that would work. Oh, for Baroness, sure. Shriek was discount. Did she? Shriek, I didn't think had the double jointed arms though. Maybe I'm wrong. That would work. That would work okay. They've got kind of a design on their wrist, but they don't have to buy one of those. I think I have a female trooper, but this works. I'm good with this. This is cool. Jacob Rao. How are you doing this fine hump day? Doing great, buddy. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Baroness have tape on her. Yeah, had to cover up her tits. I want take wetsuits gear and diet. Oh, okay. All right. Sure. I could see that. That's where she gets that booty from, those heels. Facts. Yeah, she is. Well, she's caked up. I mean, the heels are just crazy. I mean, there's just not a shot in hell she can stand as a figure. I mean, even if I sand that down, I don't even think that's going to help. But, you know, she does look pretty legit. The Valkyrie arms worked very well. So, that's pretty cool. But, you know, it works, man. It works. Like I said, we'll see what old boy thinks about that. I think he'll be happy. We found a solution there. He was under the impression it was meant for a Baroness. You know, that's one of those things. If you don't have that eye for, you know, what parts make up what, or, you know, it's a skill. It's not a super useful skill, mind you, but it is a skill. Kind of falling off the rails right here. Let's stop. Let's stop that. Thank you. It's goddamn wood. Okay. Yeah, you got to get up. Come on, get down with the sickness. Yeah, I don't know if it's the sickness or the thickness, but we got it in spades over here. In spades. Just gonna go ahead and break this figure down. Put her in the inventory. Oh yeah, the Marine sniper. I've got a few of her. What are those arms? Those are just sleeved arms, right? Yeah, they're just sleeved arms. That would work. That would work just fine. I've got a few of those still left. So I acquired a handful of those on when they went to Clarence. So, all right. All right. There she is. And now she's inventory. Cool. Oh, yeah. Okay. I believe arms are on the new Valkyrie. The new Valkyrie should be exactly like the old Valkyrie. It's just a new blue to go with the infantry. So anybody that's looking to make that, use that custom. That's how you do it. It works all right. Doing all right, my brother. Life continues to life. Finding out what the new normal looks like. Just glad to actually be able to catch up with you live, hitting the live replay, the replay squad. I miss you all. I am so glad you're here, buddy. It's good to hear from you. I know life be lifing, but I hope it's treating you all right. Oh, it doesn't have the gauntlet. Well, now I gotta find out. You know me. Let's take a look. I'll be damned. Good call, White Vegeta. I had already discounted it, just, ignored it completely in my mind. Didn't give it a second thought. You are 100% correct. Those are Marine Sniper arms. Yep. No gauntlet armor at all there. Those are just... That makes much more sense, honestly, for infantry to not be armored up like that. Thank you, White Vegeta. You have illuminated new facts. Gross. Yeah, so there you go, guys. New Cobra Valkyrie retro card has the Legacy Marine Sniper arms, not the Cobra Valkyrie arms with the forearm armor. Good catch. I'm going to see on the mend as well. Happy to hear you have some good flow trips as of late. Been loving the work as of late, man. We're crushing these projects. Thank you so much, buddy. Yes, weekend before that, I had a weekend before last, I had a big family float trip. This weekend, I've got a float trip with a couple of my homies. 3 of us are just hitting the water, just having a bro day. And have some drinks. Today we decided we were going to hit the football field before we go to the river, because one of my boys has made the claim that he thinks he can nail a 45-yard field goal with no prior experience. And my other buddy said he'd give him 3 shots because we're calling cap. So we'll see. We'll see what he can do, but it's kind of made us all want to try. 45 seems like a hell of a task for never doing it before, but I don't know. He's got long fucking cricket legs, so it's possible he could swing that pendulum. We're going to find out, and then we're going to go float. And then after that, I think we're going to get some Mexican food. Should be a great day. Nice little Saturday. Maybe Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have enough time. That same setup was used with the Claw Pilot. Also had the snipers. I'll be damned. Another figure I didn't give a second look at. That is... Oh my gosh. Patrick Stralco. What the hell? Thank you, my man. I much appreciate that. Well, let's see here. What do we do? We got new members.
Holy underwear!
Yeah! Thank you!
It is my privilege to extend a laurel and hearty handshake to our new
Members.
This one's for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Patrick Stralco. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you so much. White Vegeta, Padre, let's go. What is that? Terrad 9474, Chris G, Matt with 2 T's. Welcome, guys. Appreciate you being here. If you guys want to take advantage of your membership, Friday night after Figure It Out, we will do a post show that will be members only. Assuming YouTube doesn't leave it not members only for the first 20 minutes. I don't know how long that happened, but thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated. Welcome, new members. He says he's got a boot, huh? He seems to think so. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Patrick Strauko. Don't forget the Wild Cherry Pepsi. What is that? What is that referencing? Wild Cherry Pepsi? They even make that anymore? Man, I was craving Pepsi today. It was never my drink. I quit drinking soda several times, but I haven't had a soda and shit. Yikes. Over a year for sure. Anyway, today I was really craving one. Just a Pepsi. I didn't do it. And then on the way home, I went to Sonic and I got this cream slush. And I was like, let's get a soda. And I tried a dirty soda. Didn't care for it. It was a Dr. Pepper. But it had the cream, the coconut cream, and the lime, I think is the other part of it. Didn't care for it. Wasn't very good. Probably won't do that again. Oh yeah, that is what he's drinking was wild cherry Pepsi. That's right. No, you got it, Dan. You got it. You caught me slipping. G. A cream slush is hitting though. Anyway, what else did I have for you guys? Yeah, I didn't really have anything else. I do think I'll try to paint the sand and see how that looks when it's not black. Last night I did burn this to give it some texture before I put the the vinegar wash on it. Man, yeah, it lost all of its texture. I'd put a bunch of texture in it, and then I'd put some boot implants in it, so it looked like I had lots of footprints and stuff. And unfortunately, the sand covered it up. Now I understand what Anakin was talking about. I hate sand. I don't know. We'll put some of this shit, this apple bottom paint, and like I said, we'll see how it looks with some proper color. Chances are we'll just oh yeah, oh, get it up. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Taco Bell shredded lettuce for the win, baby. Yeah. Oh, this brush is not good for this. Way too soft. Oh man, it really is a shitty color. Yeah, Tony really missed out on this one, man. I'd have been asking for his advice and expertise. I'm working on a dio. What? There we go. I must say it does really look a lot better once it's not black. The black sand was kind of a distraction, and I didn't even know. I wasted it all just to watch you fall. Paint this happy little bush. You know, I really felt I fucked this up. Sand and the shit paint really makes me feel better about it. Because that looks pretty fucking legit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right. International symbol for I'm not done with that yet. Should have done this beforehand. But ooh, get that ASMR. Ooh, what a lovely tea party. See, just a little texture. And you wouldn't have to do this, but I know it'll be exposed on the shelf, you know, so you know, might as well give it some texture, and then we can do some paint on it as well, right? This is a dark brown, burnt umber. Burnt umber. It's a nice dark, but not black base layer. Because what I think you're really looking for is a good dark tone, but then you're going to want to put some wash on it. So you'll need something to be darker to contrast. So you want a lighter base coat. While I don't know what the fuck I'm doing as far as dioramas go, applying paint, I feel pretty confident I can give you some decent direction with that. It's amazing. It's like I poured like just the right amount of paint. I mean, this is coming up to the nitty gritty here, but it's essentially done. Hell yes. Okay. Well, look at that. I mean, that looks like some fucking what have you. My fucking mind. That looks like some mud. Jeez. I wonder if you could put some boot prints in it. Nah, the paint's probably not thick enough. Whatever. Whatevs. Right. Now that's going to take some washing. The whoosh. Tile grout for texture instead of wood glue and sand. Makes sense. Come with the boots with the fur. Yeah, I think that must be another product that they offer. tile grout. Okay. Looking good. Good. Definitely need to work on mine. Seems so easy in my head, but it's a lot of work. Yeah, it really is. It's a shitload of work. Put some more sand down. Use polyurethane. Yeah. Use a little poly. Well, I'm rapidly running out of time, so those may be things I use in the future. But I appreciate it. Hi, Mom. Unk alert. What the hell does that mean? What unk is here? Who that is? Who that is? I do need a little bit more right over here. I'm just put just a little dab. Well, what the hell? Just a little dab of burn umber. We're just going to take our brush. We're just going to work it in. The burn umber just coming right through there. Just use our little brush and we're just going to work it in. Just going to work it into the crevices. The crevices are important. You gotta work it in. Or something like that, I think. Pretty sure that's how it works. I have no idea. It was supposed to be jewels. Well, you dropped the jewels. So I'm going to give you credit for running the jewels because I think that's a good duo. And then I'm going to wash this brush real quick. Boom. Yes. I found my lack of wash disturbing. Okay. Well, that feels pretty legit. And my non-toy paints and brushes I haven't used in many moons. Okay. All right. So there's that. Now I think this, I'll go ahead and give this some silver. Let me think. Then brush out some. Excuse me, sorry. Couldn't get to the block in time. And that's just entirely too much silver. Real rookie move. Mikey ass clown. Okay. So this Like I said, this is just supposed to be a tin roof. And it is just paper. And I was going to, I was actually on the phone with my mother when I bought this. So she probably remembers me buying it. You see what I'm saying? That looks like freaking aluminium. Or, tin or a corrugated steel roof. So I was just going to take the top layer of cardboard, the paper off, and then it's corrugated underneath there. But this is actually this looks like scaled. This looks like a corrugated steel sheet. Obviously, corrugated steel sheets are not this large. They would be like strips, but neither here nor there. So we've got our zoomed out. Okay. So we've got what will be our cover. So that will go on like that. Right. And that'll be the cover for that. I haven't decided how I'm going to fasten it. I may just run glue on this and then just glue it down. Probably what I'll do. Because like I said, on top of this, I also am thinking about putting this batch down, which is like the perfect width. So I'll put this on top of that, and then we can paint some colors and stuff in it to make it look like they literally made like a thatch roof so they can cover from their firing position. That's the thought. I don't know if it'll work, but yeah, so sorry to hear that, Jacob. Appreciate you being here, and prayers out to you, buddy. Mom, this is a diorama. So this is the base, and then this will go here. Okay, it's a big L-shaped piece, and then this is the front of the dio. So I'll have that piece there, which will be like ground, like they're dug in, and then this will plug into this, and it'll be like a foxhole. So it'll be a covered firing position with a roof, because in Vietnam you have monsoon season and stuff. So that's my thought. Being like a little foxhole. So there's that. So on top of this, I was going to put some of this corrosion texture, and yeah, that says it's acrylic, so I don't know, put some on this sponge. And I would venture to guess this will add a little bit of rigidity to it as well. And then on top of it, we'll just, add some rust colors, a little dry brushing, and that should not even worried about the clumping, because we've all seen our gutters like soil ends up on top of things, or you wouldn't think it would. So, yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Yeah. So, like I said, we'll get some rust color and dry brush that on there, and we should be freaking golden. Thanks, Mom. Very nice, man. Is that the metal siding actually metal? No, it's not metal. It's paper. You get this at the Hobby Lobby for $2. It's all 1 foot square, and it's just corrugated paper. But I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, it looks exactly like corrugated steel." So, yeah, let's. I don't know how long this shit takes to dry it. I did it last night before I went to bed on the piece of tape, so I don't know. Yes, now underneath it looks like this, and I'll probably leave it like that. Because it's going to be the underside that'll keep some darkness to it. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. So once this dries up, like you guys were talking about the caulking or the grout. This, you could probably use that for this texture as well with the sponge. Probably be the same fucking thing. I just wanted to try a couple of new products while I was doing this because it's stuff I've been curious about for a while. So, like I said, guinea pig mode. You know what? I bet. Well, and I could be very wrong. But I bet I could use that corrosion texture in larger pieces on this and put some tracks in it. Okay. This is still drying a bit, so I'm going to let that finish drying before I add anything to it, because if you add too much of it, then it won't dry ever, and that's not what I want. But I think that may be the ticket. You know what I could do? I could put this somewhere and just try it out. Like over here. Then if it doesn't work, I can scrape it off, and it's no big deal. Okay? Get off my case. All right. So we'll just get this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's fine. Let's just. Okay. Now, the figure I was using probably has glue on the feet. Yeah, somewhat. Okay. All right. Now, here was something I noticed last night when I was getting ready to do this. Is most GI Joes only have texture or tread on the outside of the foot. But Vala figures have full tread. So it worked the best. So we put in just a little alcohol on there. Bye, Mom. Love you. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, let's just. I don't know. That could work. Just ooh, yeah, buddy. Can you see that? Kind of. Oh man. They're not clean, but I think that's going to work out just fine. And it won't look too weird because it also has a grainy texture. But yeah, you can definitely see the boot prints. That's going to work out, man. I think that's going to be just fine. So this will dry and I'll smear that around. It may even help me fill in some of the spots that I have. Okay. Just realized I was on the microphone doing that. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's going to work out just fine. Again, like you guys said, cheap option. Use the grit or the grout and probably smear that on here. Would be less texture than the sand directly. One thing I do wonder, probably not. Thinking not out loud. I'm just curious if paint would be enough to adhere grass and other things, and it probably wouldn't because it evaporates out of, it probably wouldn't work. Plus I want to get some layers in here anyway, so I think we'll just leave this alone, let it do its thing. And I know this dries, I think this is a matte. This is matte, so it'll look like this when it dries, but I have gloss and semi-gloss to finish it if I want to do that. So yeah, I think that's going to be just fine. As I said, probably could put the I'm sorry, I am having a hell of a time with words tonight. Put the magnets in here. So when I put the other thing in, okay. I did use wood glue on that, but I don't know. Right. Okay. Okay. Hey, later, man. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, man. Have a great night. And take care of some kiddos. All right. Yeah, that's cool. All right. So now I've got those in there. Patrick, this dio is for our Customizers Collective that we do every month. And I believe first Sunday of every month, and I believe that is this coming Sunday. All of us, me, Smudge, Gombani, and shit. Damn, all over me on that one. And Chaz, GI Customs, will all have a dio incorporating 3 elements. So my 3 elements are ground, cover, so roof, I'll have the roof, and then sandbags to go on the wall cover. So it'll be three parts to it. It'll be a base, a roof, and cover, a wall. So I've got one foam wall, and then the sandbags will go on top of it to kind of seal in the appearance. So anyway, like I said, I think this will come out just fine. It won't be the best, but on a first attempt, I'm not going for the best. I just want it to look cool. And of course, mine are the size of these. So I can slide right in there, just like the 2 that Tony made me. The alley and the factory, not the factory, it's factory-ish, with the inner walls of a dilapidated building. So I got those 2. I'll have this one for a shelf, but it won't have to go on one. I could just go on an open shelf and be just fine. So, yeah, that's what I got this week, y'all. Appreciate you for watching. Sure to check us out. Figure It Out Fridays. We'll be on Zakania's channel. We have Shark Eyes, and we are casting Danny McBride's GI Joe movie. So that's 15 characters that we're picking. Danny announced, or I guess somehow something announced that it would definitely have Cobra Commander Duke and Snake Eyes. So these are in addition to those, or whatever. So I think we're doing 15, but it should go pretty quick. I don't anticipate many long discussions about actors, but it could happen. Zach and I can get into shit, and we do love talking to Adam. Shark Eyes. But anyway, that should be a great show. Really looking forward to it. Have been doing a lot of research this week on actors. But we'll find out. You'll find out Friday as long as you come watch the show. And then after, members only for Zakanan's members, for my members, have a little after show. I don't know if Sharky's joining us for that. Obviously, he's more than welcome to. But if not, it could just be me and Zakanan bullshitting for another hour, talking to you fine folks and whoever chooses to join us. So be there if you want some entertainment for the evening. Outside of that, guys, I don't have anything else for you. Like I said, appreciate you watching, appreciate you hanging out tonight. Send some good vibes out to Tony. I know he can use them, and I know he's too stubborn to ask for it. So send some good vibes his way. I love you guys. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the member chats. Thank you for the jewels. I don't know what the hell they are, but I appreciate the effort it took to send them. Yeah, till I see you again. You guys have a good one. All right. Later. I said latest.